Now look at this.
Glory be to God. All language comes from an Egyptian hieroglyphic ox head. It's because it's fallen angels. Asis, rise, Jesus Christ, Allah, Lucifer's law. It isn't open for debate, but I know you guys like to think so. So again, comes from an ox head. If you're thinking about phonetic, it's Phoenician. Let's break it down, boo-booliciouses. Aleph bet, evil, bed, bets, bad. This is Phoenician. Yeah, that was before Hebrew. Albanian, alphabet. Hebrew. Bram is ram. First part of your brain. Alphabet. This will be fun. Russian starts with the A. Asis, rise. Jesus Christ. Yes, the rise of Phoenix. Rise of the Venus. Alphabet. This is Aramaic. What are the three important languages that promoted Christ insanity? Christianity. Syriac. Are you serious? Oh, we aren't talking about Siri. Okay. Alphabet. Yeah. Arabic. Yeah, guys. I love it when you guys talk. Alphabet. North Arabian? The Ox House. This is fun. South Arabian? Yeah, Jacob's ladder and your Saturn Satan. Your double helix. They're all the same symbols. That's why it's not fun for me, but people talk on the internet like they have knowledge. Ethiopian alphabet. Yeah, Gias. So, derived from the West Semitic word for ox. Hebrew word aleph means ox. Again, I don't get how people don't see this. It's just English, bro. Go ahead and do it in ancient language. I am. Alphabet. It's alpha, beta. Alpha, omega. Mega is mom, like megaphone. Grandma. Gramophone. This is not hard, you guys. Alpha, it's our father. It's alpha, it's Lucifer. Alpha, omega. What, Latin alphabet? The A? L, Aten, Eton. English, angelish. Hence, A through Z, the A's, fallen angels. It's phonics. Rise of Phoenix, rise of Venus. Rose of Venus, it's Lucifer. The fifth day, the 5th day, Lucifer day. Freya day. So, penis, Venus, Phoenish. This is called fallacy. Athens, Athena's palace. They're pillars. So, pillars, palace. Red and blue pilia, they're polars. North Pole, it's Polaris. They pull ya. Abracadabra. What I say is top of the pyramid, Isis, Asis, it's Jesus, your boy, your fallen angel. But you guys are awakened. You guys are so brilliant. Yeah, Anunnaki. The sun of the sin of the center. It's Leo, Helios, soul sun. Bullseye, Adonai. Soul sun, Solomon's temples that house the God within. Horus the God within. Lord, lowered, master, mother star. Anki, Inki, got turned into Nike. Victory, it is A. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
The horns represented nature, God of nature. So you have the horns of Hathor, which is the goddess Hathor has cow horns. So she becomes the golden calf in the Bible. In the Bible, the horn god Pan, which is astronomical, the goat god. Not only was the goat a stubborn energy, but it was also talking about the stubbornness of the deepest part of the celestial time of the year, Capricorn, which shapes you. You have to really work in Capricorn to raise yourself up, but you get the benefits. But also, it was a god of nature. They didn't separate the horn. If you notice, the Egyptians had all of those animal heads. Khnum has horns. Hathor has horns. And all. They didn't separate themselves from nature. And when you do separate, Isis has horns. So whenever you do separate yourself from nature and all, that's when you fall to your lowest. So the horn god was one of the most natural forms of God. It later on became the green man. They worship the green man in Europe. You'll go and you'll see buildings with the green man with horns, or the goat god Pan. You see what I'm saying? So the horns represented nature.
So I don't believe that Islam is the black man's original religion. I mean, I know I can go into Nigeria and we can look up Allah and we can see that it's a female deity, a womb deity. And it makes sense because when the Muslims chant, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, when they say that, and we understand the trilateral root, the R, H, and M, then we're not seeking refuge in Allah's yielding ability and mercy from that thing of clay called Satan. We're seeking refuge by way of Allah's womb. Because if you ask anybody who speaks any Arabic, who's honest, and I'm not talking about black people who adopt religions and think they don't got to learn the language. You ask them about Rahim or Rahum. You ask them about the trilateral root, the R, the H, and the M, or the three-part verb. And you ask them, does it mean womb? And they say, yeah, but by womb, we mean you get your mercy through the womb symbolically. So that's why we made the word mercy. But if you ask, what does the word mean? Womb. So then you seeking refuge by way of Allah's womb, which make Allah what? A female. Which is why they have a feminine rendition of it called a lot. Right? But we'll move forward. If we go to the older cultural paradigm that pre-exists Islam, we're going to find that there's a Allah that is a female deity of the womb. But if man had to find out that his God was a woman, what would he do with his chauvinism? What would he do with his misogyny? His whole doctrine is out of here, and he would have to put the woman back where? On the throne. But we go into ancient Egypt. Isis or Aset, her name means what? Throne. And the only letter that's different from her name that makes up her husband's name, who would be a Jehovah of the Bible, is Osiris. But the only glyph that's different is the all-seeing eye, which is pronounced Ir, which means to make. So the woman's role was to make the throne for her man, which means we get our salvation through our women. And all the ancient black paradigms made subscriptions to identifying the woman as the most integral part of our existence. That's where we become gods. We are children of her, not the other way around. All this rib stuff and who was created first, it's cool. It caters to man's ego.
Right.
Okay? It caters to man's ego. But if we go into our original archetype of conception via Africa, we're going to see, no matter if you make Allah be the merciful, and then we see you mistranslating our mercy we get from Allah, and it's the womb from Allah, then like, if Allah got a womb, then what we going to do with that? You feel what I'm saying? I went to Egypt.
I want to get into Christianity because the devil, the God of Christianity, is this particular God. The devil. The God who created the earth in 7 days. That's the devil. Let's understand this. You see what I'm saying? They changed their mind. That's why they had to kill the Gnostics too off. You see? You know, now. So they have this particular entity named Adalabra. Adalabra came and created 7 planetary archons, R12, which would be the ones in this particular zodiac. So this was an evil person. He first rose up and then bothered to look up above him and see Sirius and the other gods. He said, I am a jealous God, and let it be known I have no God before me. So if you want to identify that, that's the biblical God. But he didn't bother to look up and see that there was God before him. This God is a subordinate God, the God of Christianity and Judaism is a subordinate God, which means up under a higher God, the unknown God, the hidden God. You see, y'all get this? He creates the 7 planetary spheres, Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, and all of them. And he goes down and he creates those particular ones, but he don't give them no light. So as a result, he was ruling over them. Newt convinced them to create the earth and say, well, you can rule over the earth. These other archons, or they call it demiurge. Then Adalabra comes down, basically reconciles with these particular demiurge people or these other archons, and they tried to people the earth because she convinced, and so they make this physical body, which is this, but it couldn't stand up. So Newt comes back to recorrect things. She tells Adalabra to breathe life into the physical body. When he breathed life into the physical body, the little bit of life that he had went into the physical body. When the Archon and Adalabra realized that the God or the man that they had created was greater than them, they basically tried to destroy them. Now, this is the point that's crucial on what's going on. To make this whole thing rise up and correct the mistake of idolatry, this subordinate God, this God that has people worship in him. You see, thou shalt have no gods before me. To recorrect that, the highest God, which is Sirius, which is a reflection of the mother, said that I have to go down to the earth and go into incarnation. And
hey babies, I'm back with a quick one right now. Mama got some shit I need to do today, but I want to talk to y'all something about this Sunday. A lot of y'all dressing up, putting your wigs on and putting on your best Sunday outfits, and you're going into these houses of worship and you're worshiping God today, called the Son of God. You know, there was a time they used to call us the people of the sun. Then they said we were sun worshipers back in the day. We wasn't worshiping no sun. You done took capped it off and put an O, and now you got us all worshiping your son. You know, back in the day, they told us that the body was the temple. That's your church, and God live in you. But now they want you to worship some God outside yourself, living up in the sky, sitting on the throne with a bunch of naked babies around it. Y'all seen them pictures? They drew a God up there with all them babies with no clothes on, with no mama around. It makes you wonder. But let me ask you something, baby. Let me tell you, as long as you don't think God live in you and live outside you, they gonna harness all your spiritual power, baby. Them churches are harnessing sinners to pull all your energy in. And your pastors and your priests, they all went to them schools of theology, supposed to be. Well, who taught them about God? Did they look like them? Who wrote the curriculum about all these organized religions that they force-fed everybody? Got you bowing down to these symbols and their holidays, a lot of certain star systems and things. It's all spell work, baby. Do I believe the Bible? I believe there's a lot of truth in that book, but also some of us old girls know that book was used for a lot of spell casting, full of astrology and numerology with your 12s and your 3s and your 6s and your 7s. Mama gonna give you some breadcrumbs, but it's up for you babies to go ahead and do the homework. But I'm gonna ask you a question, all of y'all rocking your symbols of executions around your neck. Yeah. Because when Jesus was hanging on that cross, they had a bow to the left of him and to the right of him. They was killing people that way. Symbol of execution. So let me ask you something. They would have killed that boy by hanging him. Would you all be wearing nooses around your neck? Makes you wonder. Bye.
Now, this book you want to get is on, see, all you had to do to get past this devil stuff is study the damn thing, but we don't study nothing. Because we so stuck in religion, we can't get past it. Here's a book called Devils, the Perspectives of Evil in Antiquity and Primitive Christianity. Jeffrey Burton Russell. Now, the devil has horns. You see the horns on the devil. Anybody ever seen the black goddess Hathor or Heru with the horns? That's where they got it from. The Greeks borrowed the horns and put on the god's hand. The Christians trying to turn everything against it wasn't in their religion evil. They turned the picture of Hathor, the golden calf in the Bible, as evil. Later on, they turned the god Pan, which is a later form of the god Sut type and the oldest one, evil. You see what I'm saying? So when they talk about the devil is evil, they're talking about the most ancient God who is God. Jesus said, Satan, get behind me. Which means I'm backed by the powers of Satan. Let me explain this. Let me show you a picture of this. You all got to get this stuff and bear witness to it. Let me show you a picture of this. Look, just get you a regular picture of the yin and yang sign so everybody know what I'm talking about. Everybody seen the yin and yang sign. You call it the Kung Fu sign. Right? This side is light. That means Christ. Right? That means Christ. But that's putting the cart before the horse. That's why you couldn't get back to your ancient Jew. Because you put the cart before the horse. The light comes from the black. In the beginning there was blackness, and then there comes light. The black is called Satan. Satan or soot. Soot, the black soot. In your head is the medulla oblongata behind your neck, where it's the most concentrated part of the melanin. At the base of the skull and the top of the spine. So when Jesus says, Satan, get behind me, he's saying, I got my battery, which raises the black dot and turns me into Christ. You see what I'm saying? Because from the darkness, you get the light. And without the darkness, you can't get the light. So you've been worshiping the light, and the white boy done locked up all your dark stuff, which is the battery, in the British Museum. So you've been worshiping the vehicle, which is a car, but a car is only aluminum and fiberglass. The real stuff that run a car is the carbonated battery and the gas, but the gas comes from crude oil, which is what? Carbon. That's the mysteries of Satan. So when he say, Satan, get behind me, it's a metaphysical book talking about the head of the Christ. You are all Christ, because this is not written in your law that you are all gods. The black part where the melanin is called the mouth of God. This is the battery too. You call a medulla oblongata, the mouth of God. So when he says, Satan, get behind me, he's talking about I'm backed by the powers of my father, Satan. Satan comes from the word soot. Soot on. Soot, which means black, and on, Anubis, which is the dog, which means opener, comes from the dog star. It's later on it's the word Sutek. And Sutek becomes the word Melchizedek. And Jesus is of the order of what? Melchizedek. Melchizedek is Satan. That's why the mystery of the Bible is it ain't talking about no devil up under no ground. Satan simply means the Nubian when you translate it. Bet.
Pentagon's expert warning about a possible mothership coming close to Earth. It may sound straight out of a movie, but the Pentagon and a Harvard scientist have collaborated on a new draft report questioning if we're alone in the universe and whether we've already seen evidence of life beyond Earth.
Oh yeah, when we want to talk about a savior, don't just think, oh, aliens or whatever you want to call it, extraterrestrials or aliens is going to come down and just, no, we still got a job to do, family. So with that being said, let's get ready to do it. And one more thing I want to elaborate on about planet NIBIRU. Oh yeah, the New World Order. When we're dealing with the New World Order, you have to remember that the New World Order is just anywhere that the reptilians have used the Caucasian race as a pawn in order to oppress our brothers and sisters, aka the indigenous people of that geographical landscape, and have taken over the government and formed some type of military, Air Force, or Navy. And with that being said, is due to the return of our ancestors and NIBIRU, all of these places that were colonized are now getting ready to try to combine and put up what you call a last stand. So the FEMA camps and all of that shit is just for black people, because as we wake up and try to join the fight, they're going to try to get us before we actually could wake up, and it's too late for them. So that's just a scare tactic. But outside of that, the New World Order is just basically the white people all across the damn globe trying to defend the land that they have unrighteously and unnaturally come to take through pillaging and inhabit from the return of the Anunnaki. Now, that is what the New World Order is. It's not about putting everybody under one religion. That's a smokescreen. They already have everybody under one religion. It's called money. So you've already been under the New World Order if that's the case. The New World Order is about trying to defend this land from the awakening of our DNA through the Aquarian Age, as well as the return of the Anunnaki on planet NIBIRU, which can be seen right now. So with that being said, black people, it's finna get real. It's already getting real. So prepare yourselves and free your minds, because with our mentality, we can change reality. Literally. So understand our power, black people. Understand that planet NIBIRU is in our favor. Don't let nobody lie to you and tell you there's white people in there. Don't let them tell you that white people with aliens. There ain't no fucking such thing as a white extraterrestrial. That's a lie. Anything white is unnatural to the universe. Anything in the universe has to have melanin. Even reptilians have melanin. That's why they're green, because they have somewhat of a carbon-based pigment, which turns them to color green, just like plants. So there is no Caucasian. There is no such thing as a white extraterrestrial. None of that lie shit. Ain't no reptilians on planet X. It's black people. on that ship. So with that being said, do your research. Like I always say, do your research. If you don't believe what I'm saying, do your research. Play this video back. Go research everything I said verbatim till you prove the truth to yourself. With that being said, family, free your mind and join the battle because it's already going on with or without you.
When will this planet come back?
It's here.
It's already in the area.
Oh yes, right now it's in conjunction. It is behind the sun. It's coming up. It came up in the direction towards the sun's, say, 7:30 position.
Okay.
Now, when it comes out from behind, it'll be around the 1:30 position. And
will we be able to see it then?
Yeah. And when we see it, if you're not prepared, I mean, frankly, when we do see it, people are going to be standing out in the street. They're going to be pointing up at the sky.
You'll be able to see it like that?
Oh, yeah. You're going to see it. It's a melancholia scenario. Jeez. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger because this thing is going to come around from behind the sun and cross over our orbit above us and ahead of us. And, you know, there's a gentleman, Bob Dean, government whistleblower. He's one of my heroes. I mean, I just love this guy.
Yeah, good guy.
And I think in 2008 on Project Camelot, he made a prediction. He said, according to my sources, it is going to, when we are going to be on the same side of the sun as the Planet X system when it goes into its aphelion leg. That's when it's going back south.
Okay.
And that is when it's really going to be jamming, you know.
And jamming meaning doing
fast.
Things to us?
To the sun, to us. First off, let me just explain the Planet X system.
Okay.
Nemesis is the dark star, all right? And it hasn't been visible for a very long time to the naked eye because it's shrouded in iron oxide dust.
Okay.
This is from its creation.
And where would that be now, that binary star?
That binary star is beyond the orbit of Jupiter behind our sun.
And that's why we can't see it.
We can't see it. Now, interestingly enough, there are 3 planets that we talk about in our book. There could be more, but we're only talking about the major bodies that are going to present a problem for Earth.
All right.
And be involved in the pole shift event.
Okay.
Now, these planets are, the innermost one is Helion. And Helion is a gaseous, bright planet. It's uninhabited.
This is traveling with
Nemesis
NIBIRU or whatever.
Well, NIBIRU is the 3rd planet out.
That's the one where the Anunnaki apparently came
That's
from.
right.
Okay.
There's Nemesis, the star.
Right.
Helion. Arbota. NIBIRU. Helion has a moon, which we named Harrington in name of this astronomer. Okay. And we have a moon for NIBIRU, which we named Farada.
They only have like 1 moon each?
That's right. These 2 planets. Arbota does not have a moon. Arbota is inhabited by a slave species.
Hey y'all, look, y'all see now, look, I'm gonna show y'all Mr. MB333. This is who channel this is. Now he got phenomenon all on this channel, but look what time I stopped at, not even trying to, you feel what I'm saying? But look, y'all see this now, and if y'all think I'm playing, watch this. Look at that, big red sun. Look at that, look at that. What is that? Planet X. Planet X. Planet X.
This is from early this morning at sunrise, and these next photos, video were sent in by Vicky.
I also want to show y'all something too. Like, okay, the dude in this video, this white dude, he keeps saying that this sun is caused by wildfire smoke, you feel what I'm saying? Which that is a lie because people who have no wildfires around them are seeing this sun. But if you look in this video, this picture right here, you don't see any smoke in this. Now watch. You see no smoke in this picture. Now watch something where you actually see smoke at. This is where you actually see smoke at. Look, you actually see smoke right here. And the sun is not red. It's regular sun. So it can't be the wildfire smoke. Look, if it's thick smoke, look. It's thick smoke. Look at this. Look how smoky it is. It ain't red. It's regular. See, look. That proves right there, bro. That proves that when people see this big red thing, that's Planet X. It's not the sun, because they keep saying, oh, that's just the sun with wildfire smoke. Every time I see a video or a picture of the sun out when it's actual smoke in the atmosphere, it's never red. Only time I see is red is when the sky is clear and there's no smoke. I have not one time in the recent time seen the fucking sun be red with the smoke in front of it. It don't even make sense for the smoke to make it red. They gonna make up, oh well, maybe it's because of this, that, and that, and the sun is making it red, some type of atmospherical condition or some type of, no, it ain't none of that. They fucking lying. It's fucking Planet X, bro, and they keep just lying to fucking people. Smoke is not gonna make that shit fucking red. Why, out of all colors, why would smoke make the sun red? If anything, it's gonna dim the sun out, not make it brighter and get red. That makes no sense. You feel what I'm saying? When you see this red planet, it's always bright and it's always a clear sky and it's always fully red. You feel what I'm saying? But when you see the sun behind wildfire smoke, it's not red at all, and it's like, it's very small and it's like phased out. All you can see is the light of it. You feel what I'm saying? You can't really see the color, but all you see is a white light. That's the sun behind wildfire smoke versus the sun, Planet X. Hey, but y'all, watch this now. Look.
A wildfire
look.
right here. Look at how thick that
watch this. You finna see what? Look, what is this right here? What is these over here? Look at that. What is these two black objects inside of the sky? You see this nigga ain't saying nothing about this. Now, Mr. NB33 now, we don't called you out before about seeing this stuff and not calling on it and being completely oblivious to things in the picture now. He be not saying this shit on purpose because he don't want to tell folks the truth. But you can see it's two big circular objects in the sky right there. I caught the video off a couple seconds looking at it. This nigga got the videos. He ain't even seen.
Facts. Hey, what up, TikTok, man? I'm trying to do this real quick, man. Hey, look. We got to stop all this confusion that's going on, man. See, what is going on is the incoming system, okay? Right now, there are tremendous, okay? You see, this Planet X arrival will create an event that occurs on the surface of the sun that release tremendous amount of energy in the form of solar flares, or what? Coronal mass ejections, which is an explosive burst of very hot electrified gas that has the mass that exceeds Mount Everest. What is currently going on is these solar flares are coming off the sun, and they're creating these this bizarre weather, as I should say. They're creating this this beginning of this 7 years prior to its passage. The influence of the earth changes, right? The influence of the core. The influence changes the core of the earth and triggers major weather changes. Y'all see that? Seismic activity, volcano eruptions, unexplained sinkholes, and bizarre weather accompany its return. So-called global warming is a cover story. What you are witnessing is the pole shift, the coming pole shift. The government knows that 2/3 of the population could and damn near is going to perish during the coming pole shift caused by what? Planet X, okay? They try to say that those are normal X-class flares, but they're not. Get ready for the grid. The grid might go down. They knows this, okay? This time the events will be different. Electrical grid in shelves and grocery stores will be cleaned out. You see that? Banks won't work. ATMs won't work. The electrical current will be gone, okay? All because of what? Because in this section, we will discuss how Planet X will create these flares and effects on the earth, okay? The floodgates of heaven have been opened. The planet of the crossings is now coming up, okay? It's coming up, all right? So that eclipse, that darkness, yeah. I don't know when, but it's for sure coming. He indicated that it will appear between 2015 and 2025. You see the weather, okay? You guys see the weather. You can't explain it. Like he said, it's unexplainable. It triggers major weather changes. It's unexplainable, okay? Unexplained sinkholes and bizarre weather, okay? You are currently witnessing the pole shift. They know where the poles are headed. The poles are headed. I believe the next pole, North Pole, will be in where? Siberia. They know what time it is. Planet of the crossings. It is currently taking place. Only Planet X could create these phenomenons, okay?
On April 8th, 2024, there will be another total solar eclipse that will mark an X right across the nation of the United States. That alone seems to have some sort of prophetic significance, as well as the fact that that takes place just a few days before the Passover that year. But also, on October 14th, 2023, this year, another annular solar eclipse is going to cross the United States. And what's truly incredible about all of that, when you mark this all on a map, it looks exactly like the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, the Aleph. Some other pretty incredible things surrounding this is that on October 14th, 2023, when the annular solar eclipse will take place across the United States, that is also the day of the new moon in Jerusalem. And then on April 8th, 2024, when we get the next total solar eclipse that crosses the United States, marking the X, is that there's another new moon in Jerusalem on that date. And also April 8th happens to be the first day of the first month on the Hebrew calendar, and so it's the marking of a brand new biblical year on that date. In Luke 21:25, after Jesus says that there will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars in the last days, he said that there will also be distress of nations. Israel and Jerusalem being an absolute focal point for what takes place in the last days. It's incredible to see that lately there has been distress in Israel.
Tonight, there is unrest across Israel on the eve of a defining moment, even as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu recovers from an emergency heart procedure. The 73-year-old Prime Minister said he's in excellent health and said he will be in the Knesset Monday when his right-wing ruling coalition is set to pass the first part of his judicial overhaul plan. Opposition to the plan reached a climax this weekend with mass protests across the country. The bitter disagreement reflects the deep split in Israel between those who want a more secular and diverse nation and those with a more religious and nationalistic vision.
Recently, France has been seeing massive unrest take place, just another nation to add to the list that's experiencing distress.
Molotov cocktails directed at the police, burning buses and looting. For days on end, riots spread across France.
The prophecies of the last days and what the world will look like in the end times, I don't think is just going to happen overnight. It seems that these things are going to have to be built up to that very point, and it seems like that's what we're getting a glimpse of right now.
Glory be to God. No such thing as Eve. Oh, Eve means life. It's phonetic anagram for Eiffel, evil. All language comes from an ox head, an ancient Egyptian hieroglyph, Aleph, bet. It's an A and a V for Adam and Eve, aviation. The close of day, it's evening, eve 9. It's feminine, feminine. The 90-degree angle, the right-hand angel to God, let there be light, let there be life, referring to female anatomy. This is Lucifer. 9 is 6 and 6 is 9. As above, so below, be Leo. The 7th day is Sunday. The 6th planet from the sun, Saturn, Satan. There is no such thing as evil. Evil, it's a veil. Masquerade, masculine, lion, to no avail. Live, live, backwards is evil. This would be evolution. The D is Adam. This would be devolution. To devolve. Lived, backwards is devil. The devil never lived. When the golden sun and the silver moon fall into eclipse for each other, they get married. If you did it for God, you wouldn't have forgot. They created a demon, a diamond. Saturn was the sun, it got blown up. It swallowed a moon, they got married. Mary is the ram. It's Mars, it's wars. This was by demand. Your Libra, Aries, your libraries, your memory banks, Ramery banks, Sol, Sun, Mon, Moon, Solomon's temples that house the God within. Palace is Athena, palace. They pill ya, pillars, they pull ya, polars. These are demons, demonstrate. It's a magnet. You're the gold, the God, the conduit. Magistrate, it's an illusion. Illustrate. Get it right, nothing left. This is called insight, inside. Adam and Eve is mom and dad, that's demon. One of the many stories of Satan is Nimrod, it's Mine Road. He's the incarnation of Tammuz. Thomas is Atom. Thomas means twin. The twin to winter is summer. It's the winter, it's the brighter star. It's penis, what V is. Vagina, Virgin Mary, Virgo. Version of God, a virgin of God. Born December 25th, the Garden of Eden, Aten, bringing two sides together. Jacob called the place Peniel, for he had seen God face to face, had a relation, not a religion, and wrestled. bringing two sides together, the twins, Solomon's temples at House to God Within, your Shapkana, your 666, Star of David, David versus Goliath, 33 levels of vertebrae, your 666, Jesus died at the age of 33, 33.33, Mount Harmon.
Women pantheon deities used to rule in a realm by their damn self. But now, their realm consisted of males too. You got to get the Enuma Elish, Tiamat story, and Kengu. Very key. The Alexander Hadel's Babylonian Genesis book. But get the Enuma Elish. That's the matriarchal realm that used to rule. Then, after the patriarchal realm came, they cast most of the matriarchal realm, both male and female, into the underworld. That's what your satanic realm is. Your satanic realm is nothing but the matriarchal realm. So motherfuckers say, I tell them I'm from the dark side. I'm from the satanic realm. Motherfuckers say, what you mean by you from the satanic realm? That's the feminine realm, bitch. Now you know. If you don't know, bitch, now you know. That's the feminine realm. Jeremiah to tell you that the original satanic realm is the overthrown feminine realm. And the God that rise up, be male or female, is the son of the mother, or the fallen daughter of the great mother. And that is the motherfucking dark side, the feminine realm. Now you know. Lilith. Lilitu, Layla, Leviathan, Typhon, Tiamat, Medusa. You see, Medea, the scarlet woman, the harlot, Babylon, ancient Camite pre-dynastic deity.
I came to a major conclusion. So as we know, feminine, divine feminine. It has the number 9 in it. As we know, 9 is the creation of everything. It is the last number before we repeat numbers. And as we know, many numbers can add up to 9. So with feminine having the 9 in it, we of course know that there are 9 ether beings. In order for any other beings to be created, the 9 ether being came first. So as well as with feminine, we have yin, which is represented by the dark energy. 9 ether is darkness. Ether is the creation of all. It is all space. So with this yin, I got the point of in being inside of it. Everything starts from within. A friend of mine was just talking to me about inner earth. So it makes me realize that in order for us to have an above or to have a below, there had to have been a within. In order to find God, you have to go within.
The red Kachina, the cosmic fire. Apocalypse of Elijah 5, the cosmic fire. It will come to pass on Thoth day that the Lord will hear and command the heaven and the earth with great wrath. And they, the heaven and the earth, will send forth fire. And the fire will prevail over the earth 72 cubits, and will consume the sinners and the devils like stubble. A true judgment will occur. Now, heaven is to spirit as earth is to physical. The realities of those who are of spirit will be rejuvenated by way of spirit and DNA, and ascend by the spirit of fire. But those who are not of spirit will be consumed by the cosmic fire and will go mad, as the Hopi tribe had prophesied years ago. The fire will be over the earth 72 cubits. I know your pastor always skips over the numbers, but I ain't your pastor. This is describing the dimensions or the levels of ascension of man and woman surpassing the physical body. What is a cubit? A cubit is 18. 72 times 18 equals 1,296. 72 is 7 and 2, 9. 18 is 1 and 8, 9. 1,296, add them across, it becomes 18. 1 and 8 is 9. 9 is the number of man, but you've been confined to 666 by barriers within and outside of you. These barriers block you from your complete access to light. What does that mean? Revelation 21 and 17. And he measured the wall thereof, and 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is an angel. 144 times 18, which is a cubit, equals 2,592. 144 added across is 9. 18, 1 and 8 is 9. 2,592 added across is 18. 8 and 1 is 9. The measure of man is 9, an angel. That's the exoteric meaning. If you flip the E and the L, it becomes an angle. Angles of light. That's the esoteric meaning, which is what your body and the DNA within you does with light. Let's double check with the Egyptians in Sanskrit. The Egyptians also have the dimensions of the body as 9. 9 is the Zohar, 8 the Gematria, 7 the Ika-body, 6 the epikinetic, 5 the electromagnetic, 4 the Ba, 3 the Ka, 1 and 2 is the infernal, the undeveloped spirit. And in Sanskrit they have it as 9, Atma, 8, Buddhi, 7, Manas, 6, Kama, 5, Prana, 4, Linga, 3, Sutra, 1 and 2, the infernal, undeveloped spirits. This is what the Bible means by the measure of a man, the level of the spirit man. So when it says the number is an angel, in Hebrew, the angel is called an ophanim. The Atma and the Zohar is the highest level men and women can ascend to. This level is commonly known as Atma, Zohar, Adam Kadmon, or the Christ. This is the definition of Adam Kadmon, the heavenly divine image of man in the higher worlds prior to the creation of the physical man, Adam in the physical world. The red kachina will be a double-edged sword, destruction for the unprepared, and the return to the image or the similitude of the Father for the righteous, as the first Adam, Adam Kadmon. Genesis 1 and 26, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fishes of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. This is the spirit man, Adam Kadmon. Now merging it with the ascended soul or perfected soul that was perfected on earth in the physical body with the second Adam, the dust man. Genesis 2 and 7. And the Lord God formed man of dust of the ground and breathed into the nostril breath of life, and man became a living soul. Genesis 5 and 2. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, and in the day when they were created. All praises to the Most High.
With the changes that are taking place, men will become more balanced. Now you have a lot of people who claim they're so-called conscious, that think that men don't have no place once they learn that woman is the gateway. That is the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard. Excuse my language, but that's the truth. You have a lot of people, you have a lot of women out here that think that just because of the fact they got the gateway, that they better than us. We serve no purpose. We do serve a purpose. We serve a very important purpose. We're not here just because others may think we're a freak of nature. Remember, we come from mother. So if mother got certain powers, we can tap into them. It's whether you want to do it. It's all depending on whether you desire to do something for yourself or not. And this is a time where men will become more psychic, more intuitive, more in touch with themselves. And I'm sure the brothers sitting in here right now got to be in touch with themselves to be here, especially to listen to what I got to say. They didn't have to be here, you know. So, being that men are becoming more balanced, men will be able to tap into the higher realms just as women can. But see, you have to remember that there are certain things that man can do, certain things that woman can do. We have our differences. That's because of the fact we're meant to have the strengths that the other ones don't have. That's why we are so important to each other. The minute you think that you need to be separated from each other, you just violated universal law, and your ass will get got. Period.